You are listening to I Am Refocused Radio with your host, Shemaiah Reed. This show is designed to inspire you to live your purpose and regain your focus. And now, here's your host, Shemaiah Reed.
Welcome back to I Am Refocused Radio. Once again, we are here today, and just like any other time, we have another amazing show for you all today. Our special guest today, Beth Mielbrecht, she's going to share with us some amazing insights. She is not just a professional, she's someone who's very passionate in what she does. When it comes to being a former professional engineer, she turned to health detective, and she's helping a lot of women doing a lot of great things, finding clear answers, because you know how it is. You're trying to find all these symptoms and find what they actually mean. Well, she's going to help break down all that she's doing with her healing methods. She has an amazing website you can go to. She's the owner of it. It's yourhealthwithbeth.com. You can check out all that stuff, and we can minus all the guests and work today and get straight to the nitty gritty, like they would say. So first and foremost, I want to say, Beth, how are you doing today? And appreciate your time being on the show.
Oh, thank you for having me. I'm so excited. Thank you.
Well, I know you do this a lot. I mean, I know your calendar is filled being all these amazing platforms and media hubs. When it comes to the passion that you have with helping women, and you obviously have a story behind this, what was your why? What got you into this situation that, you know what, I need to start giving value to all these women?
The turning point for me was watching my family and friends suffer and complain about things that I thought were solvable. I thought that they should be able to figure it out, or if not, their health team should be able to. And when they couldn't get those results, when they were still in pain, I decided I had to do what I could do, because I'm a problem solver. I'm a mechanical engineer for 35 years. We are hands-on problem solvers. And I turned to health because I had raised my family in an unusual way with respect to health, using homeopathy and Reiki. So that's hands-on healing. And that's how I took care of my family. And we did great. And so when I saw different people in my life who I cared so much about just have migraines that wouldn't go away, or joint pain that just wouldn't resolve, I thought there's got to be a better way. Why isn't anything working for them? So I took everything I knew and I put it together. And when they got great results, then I decided, well, maybe it's time to share this with the world. And so that's what I've been doing.
Staying busy. I mean, as a former engineer, that wasn't an easy career, to say the least. So a lot of challenges that comes with that background, I can imagine. But you're not a stranger to overcoming that. So when you think about your professional background, you also created a precision healing method. Kind of explain to our viewers, our listeners, was that, and also how do you use, ideas like bioenergetic testing and using all these different little tools in your toolbox to create these amazing opportunities?
Well, the main underlying premise of my method, the precision healing method, is that your body is always sending signals. They're not trying to sabotage you. So listen to them. When you get a sore throat, your body's trying to tell you something, and it's trying to help you clear something out. So you can either silence it or you can help it. When your stomach hurts, you can either take a break from food, figure out what's going on. Is it stress? Is it something you ate? Or you can take something that's going to make those sensations go away. And we have such an aversion in our culture to pain and suffering. We just want it to go away. We want it to go away right away with something quick like a pill that we take. And when we do that, we miss the message, and our body says, gosh, darn it, I was really trying to help and give you this information, and now you've silenced it. So it goes a little deeper, or it gets worse to get your attention. And sure, sometimes those things will help in the moment, but over time, I have found that they don't work for everyone, and we need to listen to our body. So I use a couple different techniques. I use digital muscle testing, which is also called bioenergetic testing. I use homeopathy. I'm also a homeopath. I use hands-on healing done remotely, which kind of surprises people, but yes, you can do that remotely. And I put all these things together that I know into one method, because when you don't feel right and you've tried things and it hasn't worked out for you before, you need everything I've got.
And speaking of that, if someone is listening, watching, and they're like, well, symptoms, it's like they keep coming, but I'm not sure where to start. What's the most common message that you see in people's bodies are trying to send them a message?
So one of the most common messages is that there's some nutrient deficiencies. So we tend to think, well, as long as I don't eat junk food too much, it'll be fine. That could be true for a while, but after decades and decades, it adds up and you don't have that tolerance anymore. So our food isn't as nutrient rich as we'd like it to be. So then when you add in the processed foods or you add in the weekend indulgences, it just becomes a lot. So then we also get toxicities. So there's environmental toxicities, there's, pesticides on your grass, in your food. There's just a lot. And again, when you're younger, you could probably get away with things and your body will store it and it'll process it just fine. But over time, you get to a point where your liver just can't handle it anymore. So what I see is that you need to do three things. One is keep the garbage out. So that's bad food, but then it's also the stress in your life, the news that you're watching nonstop that you can't control and you don't need to be scrolling all the time. It's the arguments. Keep that stuff out and find a more peaceful way of living. And then bring in the good things. Bring in real food. So whatever form of food that you eat, get the highest quality and enjoy it. Sit down and really bring that in. And then when you're listening to music, put on something that's a little uplifting. Sometimes our music is sad and depressing or angry and resentful. Yeah, you don't want to bring that in. And when you put things on your skin, make sure that they are as clean as they could possibly be. And then the third thing is that our body is always trying to process everything in our environment and the stuff that is in our bodies. So there needs to be some kind of daily cleansing. I don't think anyone needs to do a harsh detox, but every day, make sure that you're moving your bowels. Make sure that you go to a sauna or exercise so that you sweat. Drink enough water. All of these things help your body cleanse, and that will help take care of what your body is telling you when you're not feeling well.
Once again, listen to Refocused Radio and watching us online or listening to us on radio, talking to our guest, Beth. Go to her website. It's yourhealthwithbeth.com. My next question for you is, you talk about supplements and specifically supplement spiral. Why do you think that so many well-meaning protocols fall short? And there's a lot of people are on that bus of, you know what, I gotta have these supplements. They seem to be helpful to some people, so they must be helpful for me. What are some things that you think people overlook when they think about taking these supplements?
Yeah, supplements are supplemental. So sometimes you're in a deficient state and it might be helpful to have a B complex or to take in a little more vitamin C. But you know what? You know what is the best form of these things is real food. And so use that handy know-it-all device in your pocket. And if you're not sure, look up best sources of vitamin C and go to the grocery store. That is the best way because there's cofactors and there's so many good things. Sometimes too many supplements burden your body. So they end up slowing things down. So they become harmful, not helpful. And if you're doing too much of that, you're not letting your body heal, because it's like, oh my goodness, some more of this is coming down the track and we have to quick process it out. This applies to everything, even if it's the thing, even if it looks like it's the best thing in the world. If it's not right for you today, it's just not right for you. End of story. There's nothing wrong with that supplement. And remember that supplement companies have really great marketing, such great marketing. The fruits and vegetables do not have marketing, not unless you can get those fruits and vegetables in a little bottle somewhere. But just remember that you can learn what your body wants and get it primarily from food. If there's a deficiency, sure, try supplementation, but then stop. It doesn't mean take it for a year. It means take it till you're back on track. And there's a way you can figure it out for yourself by learning where you are with things. And those are some of the things that I teach to my clients. But supplements can go into a spiral very quickly because one looks better than the next. And so you think, I should just have them all. That's not true.
And when you think about building a foundation, a core, you have a saying, what does it actually mean when you think about foundation comes before clearing? And especially if someone's watching this and they may be getting that sequencing wrong and mixed up.
Yeah, the foundation is super important. I mentioned the 3 steps. Those are foundational. But what also has to be working are your drains have to be open. So that means any way that your body wants to get stuff out has to be functioning. So your colon has to be functioning and it has to move, preferably every day. If it doesn't, you back up your liver and your stomach and your digestive system. For your skin, if you are constantly putting things on your skin that suppress a rash or seal off the skin so that you stop the sweating in your armpits and you say, oh no, we don't want any sweating there. It's one thing to have anti-smell. It's another thing to seal it over so sweat doesn't happen. Rethink that, because that is your body trying to get stuff out. If you have times of the year where you have a runny nose, there's a way to help your body clear that out, and so that you expel what needs to be expelled. But if you immediately get a runny nose and say, oh, I need an antihistamine, well, then you stop that. And so the foundation is make sure the pathways that where things come out are working properly. And for women, your menstrual cycle is also one of these things that needs to work properly, and you should feel without pain doing it. So when those foundations are right, then when you add on any protocol that you're using, it's going to work better.
Once again, listen to I Am Refocused Radio and watching this online or radio. You can go to our website, catch this episode. That's IamRefocusedRadio.com. But go to our guest website right now, bookmark it, save it. It'll be in the show notes. Beth's website is yourhealthwithbeth.com. She's the founder of Health with Beth and the creator of the precision healing method. So when you look at all the different options people have, every new year, right? Every January, people are always thinking about exercise. Let me get fit. Or at least in my dream, let me get fit. Well, we got to change our lifestyle, right? So my next question for you is, how do you deal with your clients who need to adjust their lifestyle? Like, maybe I need to stop eating donuts all the time. I love cookies, so maybe I should put the cookie bag down and eat more veggies. How do you kind of navigate the lifestyle world with your clients and make proper adjustments so that they can reach their goals?
Everybody's different, but I have to tell you, every single one of my clients has an emotional component to how they feel physically. You know that if you're diabetic, you know what you should eat and not eat. But do people make the best choices? No. And they have a disease label, they take insulin, and still they don't want to make that choice. clearly there's an emotional reason. So in my work, there's an emotional component that is always addressed. Every single one of my clients has some emotional stress, some emotional stuff from a long ago, and some resistance of why he or she can't make change. And in my work, I figure out what that is, and we address it in the balancing remedies, in the homeopathic remedies. Homeopathy is beautiful for addressing both physical and emotional together. And for the person who knows that he or she should eat better, but just can't, often the first place to start is what is holding you back. Why don't you want to do that? What is the reason why? Knowledge isn't the answer. Nobody comes to me and says, you just have to tell it to me in a way I'll understand, and then I'll stop eating the cookies. So sure, there are behaviors, there's techniques, there are strategies I can offer to make the donuts less tempting and tout the virtues of getting a few vegetables in there. But you know what? In the end, it comes down to what is the hole in your heart that can only be satisfied by a donut. Because until that is filled, the information will just go right by. So that's what I work on first.
You also have a book, The 4 Keys to Healing. And before we run out of time, kind of tell us a little bit about that, and maybe what is maybe one of the keys that is overlooked the most.
Well, the 4 keys to healing have to do with, I find in my clients that there's nutrient deficiencies that need to be resolved, environmental toxins that need to be processed and your body needs help eliminating them. There's current stress, and there's old trapped emotions. So those are the 4 keys. The precision healing method addresses all 4 of them. And the one that's most overlooked, I think, is the trapped emotions. We all know that we're walking around with some level of stress. The world is crazy, and we're supposed to function in it, have relationships, go to work, do things. It's a lot. But what we overlook is that long ago, when we were too young to understand, or we just didn't have enough time, something happened, and it just made us change our worldview. Maybe it made us a little more afraid. Maybe it made us a little more concerned. And that stays with us. And sometimes those things take root in our body, and that becomes the area of weakness. You know that if you feel stressed, you feel it in your stomach. You don't have a stomach ache, you have stress. You know that after a difficult conversation, you might feel pain in your neck. You could go get a massage, that would be lovely, but you know if you change your thoughts about that conversation, the stress will dissipate in those neck muscles. So that's the thing that's often overlooked, is things from long ago that it wasn't significant enough to register, but yet it's still there in your body. It all lives there. And so when we release it, when it's dealt with, and it just makes your physical body feel so much better.
For those who are busy, always working, crazy, hectic schedules, and they feel like, well, man, I wish I had time, right? That's always an easy excuse to be made. Oh, I just wish I had more time, But we find times to binge watch, right? We make time to, do all the other things. Like, what are some of the things that you try to help people detach themselves from excuses so that they can prioritize what truly matters?
The things that I help people prioritize is their own alignment. And when I work with them, and they get back into balance, they know what their true north is. They know what they feel like. And when that happens, everything that is not right for them begins to fall away. In the past few months, 3 of my clients got new jobs. They were not looking for new jobs. They became so true to who they were. Jobs came right into their life. And so amazing things happen when you step into the full power of who you are. When you are so strong in that, you no longer want to give your attention to things that don't matter, to the family drama. You put up boundaries. Some of my work, it ends up being helpful in setting boundaries. It means that you don't tolerate unsatisfying work, that where you feel unappreciated and undervalued. You realize your gifts. And when you are healthy enough, when your brain isn't stuck in a loop saying, I got that ache and pain, I wonder how I'm going to get through the day, I have no energy, all of a sudden you're like, oh, I can't deal with that. So when you deprioritize other people's drama, other people's craziness, and even put healthy boundaries on the world that is always vying for your attention, then your health comes first. And we need more healthy people in the world, because when you're healthy, you make better decisions because you're thinking better. And when you're doing that, you solve problems better. And when you do that, it makes your family better, your community better, and the world better. And that's what I want.
Once again, let's Refocused Radio and talking to our guest, Beth. Go to her website, yourhealthwithbeth.com. Like I said earlier, you have the saying, symptoms are communications, not failures. And wrapping this up, understanding that life is going to happen, whether you're ready or not. It's always going to keep going. Time never stops for anyone. You just have to adjust with the times. What's your final thought on how people can really tackle these symptoms when they start to showing up in their life versus, I'll get to it, I still have a little bit of time, it's not that big of a deal. What's some warning signs that you give our viewers and audience that, hey, if you don't act today, it might be a different story later on?
The warning signs are, if you're not sleeping well, that's definitely something you need to figure out, because sleep is where we restore. That's where you build your muscle. All of that work in the gym, you're not building muscles there. You're building it in your sleep when you're sleeping. So if you've got a warning sign, if you're not sleeping well. The second warning sign is if you're walking around during the day and you're getting aches and pains. That shouldn't be the case. If you've got aches and pains, you've got inflammation, you've got some toxins that are built up, and your body is talking to you. So don't silence it. Figure it out. Ask your body, what's going on? You might say, I sit too much during the day, or I really need to get out walking more, or I feel this way after I eat too much sugar or drink too much alcohol or something. You probably know the answer. So ask yourself, what's causing this? You'll get pretty far. And then bring in your health team. Maybe you go to a chiropractor. Maybe you go to a doctor. Maybe you go to a massage therapist. Who's on your health team that you can bring in? But you are in charge. Ask yourself first.
I'm glad you point that out. Always want to tell viewers and listeners, always check with your doctor. Always, get with a professional. And also with that, after they do that, then they want to go to your website, yourhealthwithbeth.com. You create custom healing plans. So kind of tell us a little bit about what a person, an individual can expect if they connect with you and say, you know what, I'm ready to get started.
Well, when my clients work with me, they get comprehensive, customized bioenergetic testing, which is digital muscle testing. They get trapped emotion release, custom homeopathic remedies, and health coaching calls with me with all of my naturopathic wisdom. So that is all included in the precision healing method. And there's a couple different ways to work with me. And there's a book a call button. if you're interested to learn more.
Well, with that, listen, I Am Refocused Radio, talking to our guest today, Beth. Go to her website, yourhealthwithbeth.com. She's the founder of Health with Beth and the creator of Precision Healing Method. Like always, I want to say to you, thank you for your time.